I'm going to show you how I made this awesome little granny square. I am loving it. I put a few together and it's going to look awesome as a blanket. Back and the front, and I used an H hook, worsted weight yarn, but obviously you can use any size hook, any size yarn that goes with the hook. Doesn't matter in this case. So I start with a chain 4. And before I get started, I do hold my yarn different than most people, so I'm aware of that, but whatever works, right? So slip stitch into the first chain that you made, the chain 4, and in that little circle you're going to work all your stitches. So chain 3, and that's going to count as your first double, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochets inside that center of that little circle that you made. You may have to pull it apart a little bit, but once you get going it'll be fine. And then you're going to chain 2, 3 more doubles, chain 2, and again 3 double crochets, chain 2, and you're going to do it one more time. I'm going to have 4 sets of this. So you have 4 corners, 4 sets of 3 doubles. Again, like a normal granny square, like my normal granny square, I guess. Chain 2, attach your yarn and fasten off to the top of the chain 3 that you made. Okay, you're going to fasten off. And then you are going to attach your next color, which I'm using blue, to any of these chain 2 spaces. Okay, I've attached my second color, this really pretty blue, and we're going to chain 3, and that's going to count as your first double. And then you're going to do 2 more double crochets, a chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. I'm going to chain 1 and do the same thing in each corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then chain 1 to get to the other corner. And you're going to do that until you get to the beginning of the second round. Okay, I'm almost at the end, and you are not going to fasten off when you get to the end of this round. So I'm finishing my last 3. 3, chain 1, and you're going to attach it to the top of the chain 3 space you made, and then I slip stitch to get to the chain 2 space so I can start working in there with a second color. So I am in the chain 2 space, but I am not going to use my blue, and I'm not going to tie it off. I'm going to leave it attached. I'm going to take my coral and I'm going to work my coral, and while I'm working my coral I'm going to be working my blue behind it. If you have any questions about working yarn, there's going to be other tutorials, but this is give you a little idea. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and obviously this counts as your first double crochet again, and then there's 2, and remember you're working your blue yarn in back of it. This is 3, and then chain 2, and then I'll show you how it works. So as you can see, the yarn is like that right there. I'm gonna take my coral as a double crochet, it's right here, and I'm gonna hold it together, and it just becomes part of the row below. So 2, and then 3. Now right here, you're not going to finish off this double crochet and coral. You're going to drop the coral, pick up the blue, finish that stitch, chain 1, and now you're working the blue right here, and this is where the magic happens. You're creating this diamond. So, but you are working the coral behind these 3 double crochets also. So 1, 2, carry your yarn over, 2, 3. Now you're going to drop the blue, pick up the coral, and chain 1. And now you're back on your coral, and you're working that blue behind the stitches, carrying it all with your work. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, again, 2. When you're finishing the stitch, finish it with the blue. Drop the coral, pick up the blue, and you've got the blue. Now you're going to chain 1, working the coral behind your work now, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're going to drop the blue, pick up the coral, chain 1, and you're working the blue behind now. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to switch colors, drop the coral, pick up the blue, chain 1, working the coral behind, working that 3rd diamond point, 1, 2, 3, drop the blue, pick up the coral, chain 1, and your last corner here, 1, 2, 3, chain 2. I'm doing this kind of fast, so it is a little sloppy. I know that you guys wanted a video, and I've been trying to get the time to do it, and I finally have it, if only a short amount, so I hope this helps out. And look at, I distracted myself, so we're not gonna finish that in the coral. Remember, we dropped the coral. Pick up the blue, chain 1, and we're going to now finish the first diamond, and it's honestly like a little optical illusion because you're still making that same granny square, but you're just using the yarn in a different way, which is kind of awesome if you ask me. Okay, drop the blue, picking up the coral, chain 1, and now I believe I worked the blue behind the slip stitches. So you're going to slip stitch over to that chain 2 space. So as you can see, I'm working the blue still behind my work. Now I'm here, dropping the coral, picking up the blue, and look at that. It's our first diamond. Pretty awesome, huh? Okay, so it's going to be the exact same thing. Chain 3. That's our first double crochet again, working with the coral behind our work. There's number 2, number 3, chain 2, 1, 2, I hope you guys can see this okay. And then 3, dropping the blue, picking up the coral, chain 1, working the blue behind, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, we're not switching colors yet, still using the blue behind here, 1, 2, 3. Now, before you finish this last double crochet, you drop and pick up the blue. Chain 1, and you're working into this next corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2 space, 3 double crochets, changing colors on the last double crochet. It's really cool because there's not a lot of tie-ins that you have to worry about, not a lot of loose ends. Chain 2, oops, 2, and 3. Don't finish that stitch, drop the blue, pick up the coral. Alright, chain 1. I'm going to do the 2 sets of the 3 in coral. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Still have the blue behind me. 1, 2, 3. We're going to change our colors again. Drop the coral, pick up the blue, chain 1. You're going to work your next corner same way. 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles, changing colors on the last double. Okay, I'm on the last double for this corner. Whoops. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Okay, dropping the blue, picking up the coral. I've got my 3, my chain 2 space, and chain 2. I'm sorry, chain 1. So we're working the 2 right here. Okay, so you're going to do 3 double crochets here. We're working the side of the granny square. 2, 3 doubles, and then just a chain 1 with your blue behind you. 1, 2, 3, drop the coral, pick up the blue, chain 1, and you're back to this corner, same thing, 3 doubles, 1, 2, okay, I'm just finishing up the last double crochet. I'm dropping the blue again and picking up the coral, chaining 1, 3 doubles, carrying the blue, and I wanted to get this video out pretty quick because I had promised you guys, but I will be doing a better video, a little bit more explanation soon. I don't know when, but soon. Okay, so you have the 3, you're dropping again, picking up the blue, and now you're going to attach the yarn, or with the slip stitch, attach previous round, top of the chain 3, And while carrying, you're going to slip stitch all the way to that chain 2 spot. If I can get under these stitches. Okay, this is going to be the last row. It's pretty much the same thing, but you are working that next point of the diamond with the coral, so there's just going to be one different color change. So I'm here, I'm dropping the blue because we're switching, and then we're going to go back to the coral. If I can get the blue out of the way. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, get some more yarn, and the same kind of corner, we're going to do 3 doubles, chain 2, 1, 2, and remember this always counts as the first double with this, and then on that third one you're going to drop the color and then pick up the blue, drop the coral and pick up the blue. So there's 2, and then we're going to not finish that one yet, drop the coral, same thing, pick up the blue, chain 1, and 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do drop the blue, and then you're going to do the coral, chain 1, because you're finishing this point up here to make the last diamond. And again, you can make this pretty much as big as you want. Just make sure that you're dropping the colors right where this next point should be for the diamond. Drop the coral, chain 1 with the blue, 3 doubles, 1, 2, 3, drop the blue, chain 1, and then you're going to do the same corner. 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles, changing colors on that last part of the last stitch. Okay, chain 2, I already did the first 3 on this corner, and then again 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and we'll do one more side, and then you're just going to finish up the diamond just like this. Again, chain 1, three double crochets, making that diamond pattern, dropping the blue, picking up the coral, chain 1, making that point of the diamond, dropping the coral, blue, one, 2, 3, dropping the blue, picking up the coral, chain 1, and you're back on this corner. So you're going to do the same thing all the way back to here, and then you're going to have your diamond awesome little boho square. Okay, so I'm at the very end. When you get to that last bit, you're going to just switch colors again, and then again you're going to slip join at the top of the chain 3 that you made previously, and then you can just, if you're finishing here, just leave the blue out, and I just usually sew it in, and then, or otherwise you can just keep going. But that's it. I'm terrible at writing patterns, so this I hope was helpful. Again, I said that I would do a better video when I had a little bit more time, but you can kind of see how it works. This one's a little sloppy, but you know, all in all, it's pretty awesome. Pretty good concept, so I hope you like it. Thanks.